about Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
All right, Wednesday night, time to get the pens and pencils out. Let's put thinking caps on. Here is tonight's weather question. David in Eugene wants to know why the Pacific Ocean is cold and the Atlantic Ocean is warm. Good question. And we were just talking, our director Mateo had mentioned to me, well, wait a minute, you know, Greenland's colder than it is in Hawaii. Correct. But it's all based on the idea of currents. You have the California current over on the west coast, which eventually turns into what's called the Peruvian current, which takes all the cold air from up towards the Arctic Circle and pulls it down across the west coast. That's why the Pacific Ocean, even on closer to land, where it would be warmer generally because it's shallower water, doesn't get much above the upper 50s to maybe low 60s throughout the year. It stays fairly moderate. Now, the Gulf Stream, which takes the warm air from the equator and moves it northward up in towards the northern latitudes, that's where all the warm air is. This is what we call the Gulf Stream. If you remember, if you ever watched Finding Nemo, for example, they've talked about some of those different streams. And so this basically tries to create what's called a homeostasis, a sort of an equal balance of temperature across the globe. Now, because both of those happen, one ocean is a little more fun to go in the other, at least in terms of if you want to do some swimming. You don't need a wetsuit over in towards the Atlantic side. However, you get the big, awesome storms off of the west coast here that we all certainly enjoy in the Northwest. Speaking of storms, check out this. We've been watching right around old Brian Richardson's hometown of St. Louis getting hammered right now under tornado warnings. Huge cold front continuing to divide. Temperatures that were around D.C. today at 91 degrees. That breaks their all-time record of 89, set way back in 1922. Widespread 80s across where the hot and juicy air is. You have the cold air building in behind that and explosive weather across the Midwest that's going to continue to trek eastward over the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, we had our cold front trek through pretty quickly this morning. Early afternoon, now right around Boise as you go down towards Medford, the back end of that. A couple of light scattered showers up in the mountains is what's left over from that, but I don't think we'll see much in terms of rain potential tonight. And in fact, rainfall totals today pretty paltry out there as it was a very fast-moving system and it was drying out quickly as it ran into that ridge that was on top of us yesterday and the day before. Temperatures outside right now under mostly clear skies, 55 in Corvallis, still 59 here in Eugene, low 60s in Roseburg, low 50s at the coast, and upper 40s now in Bend and Redmond. Check out the temperatures close to 70 out towards Rome, 50s and 60s on the board today for just about everybody. And as that front continues to clear, we'll keep the winds generally out of the west, though, so that is going to keep some of that cooler ocean influence for us, but there's no major organization. In fact, these little blurbs out here will likely ride northward. Could see one of those try to bring in a few stray showers up around Portland late tomorrow afternoon. But as we start off tomorrow morning, I think we'll see some pretty good fog. Should break up in the afternoon hours. We'll get back to mostly sunny skies. A good-looking start to our Friday, and then we start to see what is going to be a cooler, wet, and fairly damp forecast going into the weekend. And in fact, the cold air will be there, dropping the snow lines down into the foothills, maybe as low as around 2,500 feet. So the coast tomorrow will see a sunny afternoon, winds north around 10 to 20 miles an hour. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s tomorrow and Friday. Rain moves back in by Saturday morning and Sunday, then wrapping up again on Monday. In the Umpqua Basin, a sunny afternoon. Temperatures again in the low 60s. The Umpqua also looking at kind of a cool and showery forecast for both Saturday and Sunday's forecast. To the Cascades, morning clouds, but afternoon sun, freezing levels of 4,000 feet. Bulls will be on the march southward as we head to the weekend. Bend and Redmond, sunny and mild tomorrow in the upper 50s, low 60s Friday, but then how about 40s and snow flurries by Saturday or Sunday and Monday, that is. And here in the valley, starting off foggy, we'll get back to sunny skies in the afternoon, and then cool and kind of unsettled, as I mentioned, at 5. The weather Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers, some sun breaks. Could see a few isolated hail shots, too. And the snow lines, guys, are going to be down around 2,500 feet.
All right, thanks, Justin.
You bet.
We will be right back.